So how would you characterize cooperative finance? How is cooperative finance or cooperative capital different from what we call traditional or profit maximizing kind of entities?
Profit maximizing entities are, and if you look just concentration of profit, it's something which almost per definition is tied to the individualism, because this then shareholders or people then are looking only for their own personal value, which is measured then in money maximization, in the maximization of profit, while cooperative as a structure is per definition multidimensional. It needs to look into not well-being for individual, but for the well-being of the group who forms the cooperative. And by doing that, they always need to take into account even longer-term effects of any kind, because if those longer-term effects, for example, mutual relations of the members are not right, then the cooperative wouldn't survive as an entity. So they need always to actually consider and take into account those collective values first. And then it leads, if you look to the real purpose of the cooperative, it transforms to completely different goals and definitions of capital, where cooperative capital is then not something which needed to be hoarded by an individual, but it's just a resource that need to be used for the development of products and services that are improving quality of life and benefiting larger group, larger number of members. When we look what are then the goals of the cooperative, they are definitely not related to these quick monetary goals, but to the creation of value, which is just a much broader term than just money. And that is why this model is also important, because then it is also able to take into account things that are not available to classic profit-making companies, like this social capital, which is tied to the long-term quality of mutual relations of any kind, personal relations, but also business relations among members, which is creating security and protection, where all members have some instruments and mechanisms which are enabling them to feel safer, economically safer than they would be if that infrastructure doesn't exist. So cooperative capital is definitely something which is long-term and which is much more multi-dimensional than just the monetary of standard companies. So maybe easily said, or very in one sentence, we are playing a different game. We are playing a long-term game which is creating multi-dimensional benefits for members, instead of just focusing on the monetary value.